I want to at least drop another book by August, probably the day of my birthday, actually. I'm thinking of dropping like an affirmations book, like a book strictly for just affirmations.
That is beautiful.
Yep.
It ain't that I can't stop, it's that I won't stop. I made a few plays off a flip, now I'm on top. I'm Southside Chief, homie. Yeah. What you know about it? Lake Street legend CEO, not the co-founder. What you wanna know about me? I'm so churched up. I'm the last man standing, but I went first up. Most hated, they don't say it when I roll up. The things that people say about me, they don't say close up. Check it. I ain't been to the booth in a minute. Niggas hate the fact that I'm winning.
I'm on Lake Street, yo. When you poppin' in Minnesota, you gotta go check it out. Facts, okay? We gonna be on that joint
live on motherfucking Lake Street, man. It's different.
I don't know how to say it. Say it. Say it.
Both cameras rolling, audio rolling, we live.
All right, we are back with another episode on Live on Lake Street, and today we have a very special guest. She is a model and an author. Let's give it up for Kayy.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good myself. So, give me a little bit of like a background story about yourself and where you're from.
So I'm from Minnesota, of course, and I don't really have much of a story. I just always wanted to be an author, and I decided to go to college for it, and I got my degree. And then after that, I just took off. As far as like modeling, I didn't really get started with modeling until I was 19, 20.
Okay.
I started first shooting with Vaisha Johnson. Make sure y'all go and get y'all pictures taken by her too.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's really it.
Okay, so with the writing the books and stuff like that, what made you get into that? And then what school did you go to for that?
So I went to North Hennepin Community College, just
Okay.
a community college. I actually am going back to school to further my degree so I can get my master's and stuff.
Nice.
Because I want to be a journalist. And then what was your other question? I didn't hear.
The other question basically was what made you get into writing?
So since I was a kid, I always loved to just write. Like any free time I had, I would just sit down, write whatever came to mind.
Mm-hmm.
And then I decided to go on like a healing journey and just cleanse my spirit. And that's really what made me like really want to write for real.
Right,
So,
right about that.
Yep.
And can you give us the name of like your first book?
My first book is called When Hurt Heals, and you can purchase it on all Amazon platforms.
Right here, y'all.
Yep.
And this is a Black woman making a book
Period.
about healing.
Yes. Yes.
So, yeah, y'all
make
go
sure y'all tune in and shop.
Yeah, go and get that. And then where can they find this book?
So on all Amazon platforms, you could just type in my name or just type in the title of the book and purchase it. Yep. It's $15.99, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have like a little sale or something for people to just either purchase it with points if you're like a founder or you always shop on Amazon, or to just purchase it in general with your own money.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Yep.
That's good. That's really good. And then with modeling, you said you started when you were 19, so
Yep.
you probably most likely had another like hobby or passion before that. And what was that?
Yes. So when I was in high school, I ran track. Like I did a lot of sports, but when you in sports, you not all the time you gonna make it with it. So I decided to just do another passion. Like I just feel like as a Black, young lady, you just always gotta have a backup plan in this world. Not even just being Black, just in general. You just always need to have a backup plan. So I made sure I had one, and that's really what made me want to write a book.
Okay.
Yep.
And then with the modeling as well. So you said Vaisha. Is that like your first photographer you've worked with?
All right, so one time for the homie Jeremy Eggert, we're taking a quick break to talk about his website, Artwork by Jeremy. I know you've been really selling yourself short on the graphic design tip. We need to step up the website. We need to step up the flyers. My man has international clients. He can do all of this for you. He can make your content look fantastic, thumbnails, anything for the gram. He got you covered, okay? Stop selling yourself short, step your life up, and tap in real quick with artworkbyjeremy.com.
Peter Parker.
And then with the modeling as well. So you said Vaisha. Is that like your first photographer you've worked with?
Yes. So I actually met Vaisha because we started doing Christmas pictures. And at first I wasn't really thinking about modeling, but she was like, you should come and model for me. So I was like, okay. And I did her, when did I model for her? I did this pink set shoot. It was for like the branding of her business, and that just dropped, I want to say, about like 2-3 months ago. And then after that, we kind of just started working together back to back during the whole summer, and that was like last year. I started doing shoots like back to back to back to back, and I really I enjoy it a lot.
That's good. What do you consider your favorite shoot so far?
Probably my headshots. So the cover of my book is actually me, and that's a headshot that I did. Yeah, I would probably say my headshots. Yeah,
that was a pretty shoot.
Yes,
like, that was
I loved
really
it.
pretty
I
shoot.
feel like it's very authentic, and it gave off like me. And then it's funny how like timing works, because I didn't do that shoot thinking like, oh, I'm about to use this to write a book, like the cover of the book.
Yeah.
So it went like right hand in hand. So it was, God works in mysterious ways, for real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And your experience with Vaisha, how is that?
I love it. Vaisha is just, she's the one, honestly, that really pushed me to be in the modeling, just modeling business in general. So Vaisha is just like a really beautiful person. Like, she's really just all around. She's just so sweet too.
Yeah, she was like my first, one of my first, because when I started modeling at a young age, she was, when she just started that photography stuff, is when I was one of her muse, and we collabed on some very good stuff. Like the old photos I look versus now, it's definitely a big progress, but even then she was good. Like it wasn't like, oh, she started off raggedy and then she progressed over time. Like when it was like she was born for that.
Yes.
And some people don't always have it, but Vaisha, I definitely can give it to her. She definitely has that. This is her thing.
Right.
So whenever she be going off, like, I don't want to do it. Get back to it. It don't matter. Like, this is you. Like, some people can't. This is you. Like,
right. And I feel like she only be having the moments where she be like, I just don't want to do this no more. Is because people rushed her craft. And that's just people.
It's overwhelming.
Yes, it's very overwhelming. And when your craft is being rushed, it just makes you want to give up. Like, what am I doing this for if you're going, So.
I want to make your pictures look right. I got to take my time with it.
Right.
A video photographer was on Facebook the other day, and he was just like, people literally get down my throat when I don't make it on time, on their time. And I'm like, I shared and I said, pay a rush fee.
Exactly.
Y'all feel like y'all need these photos right now or whatever, for whatever reason.
Right.
Pay a rush fee.
Yeah.
Because you guys don't want the stuff coming out raggedy or unedited or anything like that, but y'all want it to be quick.
Exactly.
It doesn't happen overnight, especially for people that have it for passion. Now,
Right.
if you got somebody for money, they're going to have it the next day. And it's going to look half-assed. But people that, you know what I'm saying, take their time into details, it's going to take a while.
Right. Yep.
So with the modeling, have you only worked with Vaisha? Have you worked with any other photographers yet?
So I worked with Vaisha. I worked, who else did I work with? I believed I worked with, I forgot her name. It was for somebody else. So I was doing a branding shoot. I actually do not remember her name, and I'm so sorry if you see this. I had actually did a hair shoot for Jasmine. This is actually her hair that I have in my hair.
Okay.
So y'all go shop with Pretty Girls Collection on Instagram. So I did a branding hair shoot for her, and we worked with a different photographer, but I'm so sorry, I do not remember her name. And then I'm supposed to be working with DK Shoots. His name is actually David too. Make sure y'all go and tune in with him, because he's really raw too.
Yeah.
And who else? Oh, and Bryant Howard. I work with Bryant Howard. He actually did my digitals for me. That's my cousin. He's another photographer too.
Okay, good
Yep.
to know. So we'll definitely keep that noted.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all work with them photographers as well.
Period.
And so with the whole modeling thing, because it's just of course more than photo shoots when it comes down to
Yes.
modeling. Have you been looking into some runway stuff or like joining casting calls?
Yep. So I actually had a few casting calls that I did not attend to because I just felt like I was just too scared. But now, like in 2024, this is my season to really just step out my shell and just do it anyway, even if I'm scared or not. So I've been tuning in to casting calls. I actually believe that I signed up for a fashion show that's coming up in about a month or so.
Okay.
So yeah.
What makes you scared?
I think it's really just my shyness, like just being shy. So even this podcast is really out of my comfort zone, like, but this is my season to really just step out and just put myself out there. Like, scared money don't make no money.
Exactly.
So
You never know who's watching this.
Right.
Like literally it could be a whole person that just like, let's sign her right now. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
Would you ever be signed to an agency? Or would you want to do freelance?
That's actually a good question. Sometimes I'll be like, I wish I was signed to agencies so they could put me out there more. But then at the same time, I kind of like the freelance because I get to do whatever it is that I want. I feel like some agencies have specific requirements, like you can't go work with this person or you can't go do this. And I don't want to be limited to nothing.
Right.
I just want to do everything that I can possibly do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, with the pros of an agency, it's like whenever there's a casting call or there's a shoot for like Nike or something, for example, you know what I'm saying, them agencies are gonna put you out there first.
Right.
But with freelance, it's like, okay, I'm gonna get it myself.
Right.
And I've been freelancing for a very, very long time, and I definitely could say it's so much easier, but it helps to have an agency, of course. You know what I mean? It
Right.
definitely helps, but freelancing where you could just do your own shit and people really see the potential in you, they like, okay, well, we want her.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then, like you said, you can work with whoever, however, whenever. So do you do any brand ambassador work?
All right, so we're going to take this quick break real quick to highlight our good folks over there at the Kitchen by Baked brand inside the global market. They got some of the best food out here in the Twin Cities. One thing you got to know about me, I don't really go to the mainstream spots. I'm all about the little mom and pop, little neighborhood spots that have the best food. Next time you're out there at the global market, you got to check out the stuffed turkey leg. They got this butter sauce. We're talking about the best wings in Minnesota. It's happening right now at the Kitchen by Baked brand inside the global marketplace, and they're a proud sponsor of Live on Lake Street.
Any brand ambassador work?
Yes, I actually am a brand ambassador for Jasmine, for her hair.
Okay.
And then I also wanted to try to put myself out there again, like just get dressed on Instagram and start wearing different like Fashion Nova clothes or like Shein and do stuff like that. But currently at the moment, I just am a brand ambassador for Jasmine.
Okay.
Yep.
So do you plan on doing like brand ambassador like for clothes and stuff like that pretty
Yep.
soon?
That's really what I'm aiming for.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about like supporting small businesses in Minnesota when it comes down to the brand ambassador work? Like, do you feel like it's convenient or,
I actually, because I don't really have too much experience with it. I don't really know, but I would have if someone asked me to be like their brand ambassador as far as like clothes or something like a boutique, I would have no problem doing it.
Right.
Like, I'm not one of those people that will be like, oh, I won't be a brand ambassador for you if you're not paying me a certain type of amount of money, because I just came into the business now.
Right.
So I'm not really, but if it's offered to me, I'll definitely take it and go.
Yeah. So you kind of just want to start. And I noticed one thing about you, like you're starting off, you're being gentle with it.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that because you rush it into everything and every opportunity,
Right.
you're going to crash down.
Exactly. And I feel like a lot of people get these opportunities, they rush into it and expect something like big out of it right off bat. And it's not realistic to me. Like,
It's not.
It's not. It's not.
And
So,
yeah, I think that's one lesson that I definitely had to learn, because once opportunities just kept being thrown at me, I'm like, okay, cool. And then it just became overwhelming.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, now I need to slow down.
Yep.
Okay, I need to figure
That's
out what I want.
That's crazy that you said that, because that's actually I'm like literally in that place right now. Like, I feel like I've been hit with so many different opportunities, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I really got to slow down. So I just been taking everything day by day and just trying to attract the right people and businesses, because when you begin to really flourish, every business that comes to you or every person that comes into your life is not always good energy
Exactly.
or it's good money. So I just been trying to take everything day by day.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is the I would say the pros and cons about modeling so far for you?
I'm gonna keep it 100 too. So when you are dealing with like certain models, or like if you are in a big group with people, or there's somebody with more experience than you, they don't always be very welcoming. They don't really treat you like, you know, like you're on the same level. And it's kind of like a competitive thing too. And I don't like that. Like, we all going towards the same goal. Like, let's support each other. If I'm not doing something right, why can't you tell me, like, and you got more experience than me, just tell me, like, you do it this way.
Right.
Or if I see something you not doing it right, you doing it this way. But sometimes in the modeling industry, everybody don't take that well, like critiquing and stuff. So it kind of just be like you on your own sometimes, really. And females in general aren't always welcoming. So some of the shoots that I did do, but most of them, everybody was cool. But some of the shoots that I did do, it was like, it wasn't much talking. We weren't really interacting. It was just kind of like, it was kind of like we was competing or something. And I don't like those type of vibes. Like, I feel like everybody should, let's just help each other. Let's support each other. We don't got to compete.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Especially, do you feel like this is like a every like worldwide thing, or you feel like it's just Minnesota?
I'm going to say worldwide. Yeah. I ain't going to just put Minnesota in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
People try to do that a lot, but let's be 100. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's not just here.
Definitely.
It's probably worse in different places. So.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because my experience, because I haven't modeled anywhere else yet, but like definitely the experience in Minnesota, you could tell it's a lot of competition,
Yes.
especially in the model industry.
Yes,
like,
and it's sad because we don't have to be like that. Like, I've reached out to females like, let's collab and do this, and they'll be like, hey, I take a fee for collabing, or I'm not collabing at the moment, but you can book with my photographer. And then they'll turn around and like make a post like, who's wanting to collab or do this, or they'll I've had somebody, I reached out to them, I want to say right when I started modeling with Vaisha, because she told me it's good to put myself out there. So I reached out to someone, and she basically just like kind of cut me off and was like, no, she's not, or she's taking a fee. But now I want to say like 2 weeks ago, she just DM'd me and was like, let's collab now. And I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, one thing I noticed too, like when you hot and you popping,
Yeah.
then everybody want to be on your case, like,
Yep.
and it's really annoying because it's like, okay, I've been had the potential. I like the people that saw it from the beginning.
That's what I'm saying.
I like working with people that saw my potential
Yep.
from day one, because you can see it in someone. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like you could literally see it in someone. If you couldn't see it from the beginning, then you're not genuine.
Right.
Let's look like from beginning. And with you, I see potential in your modeling. Like you have the personality, you have the like the structure, body, face. Like you definitely would make it for sure.
Thank
like,
you. I
I
appreciate
definitely
that.
see the
Thank
potential
you.
in you.
Thank
if
you.
I did not, I'd be like, oh, okay. But I definitely see the potential in your energy. Like I said, you trying to collab and be a woman's woman, and a lot of people here, unfortunately,
Are not. They're not.
exactly.
not.
So the modeling here is really hard, but it's possible to make it for sure.
Yep. But the last shoot that I did do with Vaisha for Black History Month, everybody that was around in that shoot was super welcoming, like super nice. We had a good time, and it was just all good energy. I love experiences like that. I hate being in places where I feel like I need to be like super quiet and closed off to myself. It don't always feel too good.
No, it doesn't at all. So when you're talking about the last shoot, was it with Sky?
Yep.
How
Yep.
you
That's my
feel about her?
cousin.
That's your cousin?
Yep, that's my
Okay,
cousin. Yep.
small world.
I actually love Sky. Her energy. She's the one that really made the shoot comfortable. Like
course.
you know how Sky is.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
know Sky, you know her.
I've known Sky since middle school.
Yep.
So
She was really the one like bringing the energy there, and then everybody else was like kind of slowly, bringing it back. So I love Sky. I see potential in her too, as long as she just never give up and keep going.
right. Do you see a future in you being like a big time author and a model? Or do you feel like you may do this for like a hobby or passion for a little bit and then branch off to something else?
Baby, I don't put myself to limit with nothing. I want
I
to
know
do
that's right.
both. Like, I I'm dedicated to both. Like anytime that I got a chance to model, I definitely push myself to do so. Anytime I got time to sit down and write something, I definitely push myself to. But if I had to like really choose, I would say probably be an author. Yeah, probably be an author. Because at times I felt discouraged too. Like, maybe modeling ain't for me because I wasn't really getting as much opportunities as I felt like I should. But then as I really sat down and thought about it, I just had to be like, you know, take a breath. You just starting. It's okay to start off slow and then, but yeah.
And gradually, you know, increase.
Right.
Are you planning on dropping any more books coming up soon?
Yes. So I want to at least drop another book by August. Probably the day of my birthday, actually. I'm thinking of dropping like an affirmations book, like a book strictly for just affirmations.
That is beautiful.
Yep.
I'm definitely buying like.
Yep. Yep. I got you. I'll even bring you one in for free. But yep, that's what I'm thinking about doing next, honestly.
Okay, yeah, that'll be nice. And then like you should kind of like categorize it and stuff like
yep,
that. That's super.
Great minds think alike, because that's what I was going to do.
We have a lot in common.
Yes.
Even like with when you talk about sports, and I did track too.
I love track. I loved it.
I know I was forced to.
You were first?
Yeah, because I was on I'm an artistic type of girl. Like I like artsy stuff. I like spoken word, poetry, painting. Like I was never athletic. So my mom's like, you gotta do a sport. I'm just like, oh, all right.
No, you want to know something? Actually, my mom forced me to do was soccer.
Really?
I hated it. But guess what? It made me faster for track. So
okay,
I was grateful.
That's a lot of leg work. So
yep.
That definitely makes sense.
Yep.
Okay.
It was cool though.
All right. Anything else new you're working on, or when coming out of your fashion? Modeling?
At the very moment, probably no. I'm just trying to get up there and get myself out there. I feel like networking for me, that's something I really need to work on, is networking.
Because your shyness?
Yes, I really need to work on networking and being more open and not so like closed off, because I feel like I have not even just trust issues. I just don't be feeling like everybody is so genuine.
And they're not, especially in this modeling, like the nightlife industry, model industry, all like that type of stuff. They're not genuine.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to really connect, especially if you're big on energies.
Exactly.
Like, you'd be like, oh, shit,
yes,
it's a room full of little snakes. Like, hold on. So I definitely understand that.
Yeah, I'm really a person, like if I walk into a room and I sit down, I'll be quiet at first and just see how they move and how they interact, and that's when I'll know how to act or what to say and what not to say,
Facts.
So yeah, I'm really big on energy. Like I could just look at a person and see what type of person they are, honestly. Or you could just say one thing, I'm gonna know exactly what type of person you are.
All right, that's it.
Sometimes it's a blessing, other times it's a curse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially just imagine you want to collab with somebody and then you find out who they really are. You like, oh shit,
And I've had an experience like that before.
With the modeling, you like, oh, I want to work with her. We'll do it perfect. You can see like the complimentary of like both of our structure, and then you inbox. I'm like, hey, they're like, oh,
and they just like,
never mind.
You see,
that's how it is with modeling and the hosting. Like me being a host, it's a lot of people I wanted to host alongside with, and I'm just like.
So how is that actually going for you? How do you like it?
Good. I love it. Okay. I do. Definitely good.
Where's the last place you hosted at?
It was Tantrum.
Tantrum? I actually heard about Tantrum a few times, but I'm not really like a club girl
type of person. You don't seem like it.
I've been to the club like twice.
You're just like, oh God.
No, that's the thing though. Like I feel like it takes a certain type of vibe and crowd to get that out of me. Like if my friends like, let's go to the club, I'm be like, yeah, we can go. I'm also not a person that need like liquor to turn me up or something. I hear the right song, I just feel like it'd be the energy for me. Like it's certain type of energies. So
especially if you're an empath, it does hit different. Like I will go home and be completely drained, and that's where I gotta cleanse and put all the energy off. Because then a lot of people, by them knowing me, it's always hugs. Like everybody's touching me. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I'm not the person that don't touch me. You know what I mean? Like I don't mind getting hugs and stuff like that. But like I said, energy transfers are real. Yes. So after a while, it does get really tiring. That's why I stopped going out if I wasn't hosting or getting paid for it. Okay. Anytime I was going outside, I'm getting paid for it for sure. Period. But it's like after a while, I was like, okay, I'm also going out to have fun. But then I'm like, this is all draining. Like, okay, let me just go outside when it's convenient for me. Otherwise than that,
doing the same thing every weekend, it gets tiring.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I be looking at people like, I don't know how y'all go out every weekend. Because, baby, I feel like it's okay to go out and enjoy yourself. That should be normalized.
Exactly.
But every weekend is a little.
Yeah, it was starting to get heavy with me, and it's kind of weird because it does become an addiction.
Yeah,
like just like everything's addiction, that becomes an addiction too. Going out every weekend, same music, same people, same liquor, like it does become an addiction.
Yep.
And like I said, that's only why when I go out, I'm getting paid for it.
Right.
At least I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, okay, it's money involved in this, so I can, but if I'm just going out just to have fun, I stop having fun after a while.
Right.
I was like standing there like, oh, I hate it here.
Especially if it's the same songs for me. Like y'all gotta change up this playlist or something.
Narrative, like
I can't do same
that's why I kind of
songs.
like the versatility when it comes down to the nightlife too, because they have like the R&B everything, the brunch vibes and stuff.
Yeah.
So the switch up is good, and I love a little R&B vibe for sure. Like
Right.
that, that lounge, that kicking it, jazz, spoken word, anything like that. I like to switch up the narrative like a lot.
I actually never met someone that was into poetry. So how do you like that? Like,
I love it. I do spoken word. I've actually like performed it
okay.
plenty of times, so I love it, and that's where, like I said, I wanted to make my book with poetry and stuff like that.
Yep. So I would definitely recommend the Amazon. It's called Amazon KDP.
Okay.
So you would just basically go on like Google Docs or whatever it is and just, write your draft and then submit it into there, and they'll like work with you and tell you what you need to fix, like if you need to fix the formatting or your words around, just something like that. And then I also would recommend like somebody to proofread it before you submit it into there. But it's really just a mellow, and they don't ask too much of you. It's very mellow, and you can still like be yourself. They don't tell you to like switch up your words but I would personally recommend a proofreader.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. Thank you so much for the advice too,
No,
'cause
of course.
I was supposed to drop my book like in 2021. It's 2024. And I have not dropped my book yet at all. Like
I feel like if it was really meant for you to drop it in 2021, you would have.
Exactly.
Whenever it's meant for you to do it, do it.
Divine
but
timing.
don't prolong it, if that makes sense.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And divine timing is real, so I think like this year would probably be the perfect year to drop it, especially.
I feel like this year is like, I don't know, it's good energy in this year for sure.
For sure.
I feel a lot of it.
Yeah, blessings after blessings been hitting for a lot of people.
Yes.
Including myself. So that's why I was like, okay, this would be the perfect time to drop a book.
Yes.
This would be the perfect time to host my own events. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I definitely want to do like a woman's seminar and stuff like with meditating and stuff.
I would love that.
I'm definitely going to get into that.
Yep. I normally meditate every Sunday after like watching a church sermon or going to church. I normally meditate to like cleanse my spirit and the energies off me. But yeah, I would love that.
For sure. We'll definitely talk more about that.
Good.
So so give out your platforms and your Instagrams and stuff like that where you can reach you.
Okay, so my Instagram is Kayy Kayy.bay on Instagram, and then my Facebook is K Smith, and I don't really have like a Twitter or nothing, but I do have a Snapchat, and it's called baythemodel.08.
All right, sounds good. And then y'all seen the book, so go check that out on Amazon as well, or hit her up if y'all want to grab a book from her. And that is another episode live on Lake Street. It's your girl, Lady Shug. You can find me on Instagram, LADII.SUGE, and that's a wrap.
It ain't that I can't stop, it's that I won't stop. I made a few plays off a flip, now I'm on top. I'm Southside Chief, homie. Yeah. What you know about it? Lake Street legend CEO, not the co-founder. What you wanna know about me? I'm so churched up. I'm the last man standing, but I went first up. Most hated, they don't say it when I roll up. The things that people say about me, they don't say close up. Check it, I ain't been to the booth in a minute. Niggas hate the fact that I'm winning.
I'm on Lake Street, yo. When you poppin' in Minnesota, you gotta go check it out. Facts, okay? We gonna be on that joint.
Live on motherfucking Lake Street, man. It's different.
I don't know how to say it. Say it. Say it.